Welcome back to Doing Divorce Different, the Saddle Up segment. And if you were here last Thursday, I am dedicating the next six, a total of 7 episodes to mediation in Minnesota. So I'm so glad you're here because today we're talking about one of the biggest questions that people have when they're facing divorce, and that is, drum roll, how much is it actually going to cost? And I want to walk you through this honestly because the financial side of divorce, it can feel very overwhelming. So we're going to compare working with attorneys, going through mediation, and what real costs look like in Minnesota. So if you're doing an attorney-led divorce and you each hire attorneys, so you both the spouses hire their own attorneys, then you start with retainers, and those are generally like $3,000 to $5,000 per person. So that's what you pay upfront right away, and then the hourly range can be anywhere from $250 to $500 an hour. And that's just kind of the beginning, right? Because the longer things go back and forth with emails and negotiations and court filings, those fees can add up. So, just like that reality check, a fully attorney driven divorce in Minnesota can easily cost each person 10,000 to 25,000. So up to 50,000 total, sometimes more if it gets really heavy in conflict. So here's the thing that people don't always realize is you're not just paying for the legal work, you're paying for the conflict to be managed and sometimes unintentionally escalated. So when you do a mediation, you work with a mediator like me, and you work together to come to agreements. So you're not going through a middleman, you're face to face with the mediator, and you're talking through the agreements in the moment, coming up with things right in that moment. And so with mediation, the structure is different. So instead of 2 attorneys and 2 hourly bills, you work together and there's one neutral professional, that mediator. So typically a mediation costs like a few $100s per session. And then full service mediations often offer a flat fee, which is what I do. So this is what that means. Because you have that flat fee, you know what your cost is up front. So there's no hourly surprises. And I like it so much because my clients feel free to connect with me as many times as they need to. They never feel like, oh my gosh, I don't want to bother them. I don't want to run up my bill, because I am available to my clients as they need me when questions arise through email, through Zoom meetings. So you have full guidance through the entire process in Minnesota. So, and we're talking Minnesota costs here. So what you're paying for, you're not just choosing like cheaper versus more expensive. You're choosing how much conflict you want, how long you want the process to take, and how much control you want to keep. So there are times when attorneys make sense, and that's when there's abuse or there's high conflict, there's safety concerns, there's hidden assets. Attorneys are needed. I am an attorney. I like attorneys, and they're needed sometimes. But the majority of cases, couples can work together to come to the agreement. So for many, many couples, especially those who want to stay respectful. Now, we're not perfect, right? And things are going to happen, and we're just going to work through it. But you want to protect your kids. You want to move forward without dragging this out. Mediation is often a much better fit. So if you are in Minnesota and you're trying to figure out what makes the most sense for your situation, I offer consultations where we talk through your options and what this could look like for you. And if mediation is a fit, I can guide you through the entire process step by step. You will have everything you need to file for divorce in Minnesota, and you don't have to guess your way through this. So it is just such a better way. It is my passion, and I want to help anyone that I can. So take me up on my offer of the free consultation. Check it out. And let's see if we can work together and do this a better way.